my screen visible to you?
No, sir.
No, sir.
Okay. Now,
No,
is it
sir.
visible?
Yeah.
Oh, I think now it's visible. Right.
Yes,
Okay.
sir.
Yes, sir.
Right. Hope you have practiced also. If you have doubts, you can ask me. I think last week we practiced, if I open, I know what we practiced last class. Yes, if I go to, yeah, finally we have done borders, and after that we have practiced outlines. And I put a comment also, need to learn gradient backgrounds, right? We will practice from that because background colors we have practiced, of course, but gradient color backgrounds we did not practice. Okay, I'll show you how to do that part. It's again very interesting to do. Right, I'm going to practice that in a new file. So in order to practice that, I think I can copy paste this code. Let me copy this one. Then what I will do is we have some previously written code. We will leave only the body part. Then we will remove all the other parts. And okay, let this code be there, no problem. Let it be there. This image is a little bit disturbing for us, so let's get rid of that. Let us open our file. Oh, I like to give a different name for that. I'll call this one as gradient BG, gradient background. Let's open that. In this coding, we have the div tags. Okay, div tags. We did last class the dimension, which means the setting the height and width. Along with that, we will make use of this one, right? So for div tag, I'm going to write a code. First of all, let's give a dimension for that. By the way, dimension means the height and width. I will set the width into 400 px and height into 600 px. Okay, and usually I can put a border also. We have practiced this one. Right, now let's see how it looks in the web page. So this is just a blank web page, how it looks, right? So we're going to do the background color first, right? So we'll set a background color here. We can set whatever the color that we want. I'm not going to keep this color, so I will just reload this. So you can see the color that we are setting for the background is getting applied. I'm going to do this one, right? Just hold on a second. Now we will do one thing, which is I'll take this one over here. So you will see both my divs here. Since I have put a picture here, my text has gone out. I will, it's okay, but let's get rid of that picture also. Right. Now, here we can use not background color, but we use something called background image. Background image, you don't use what do you call? You don't use URL here when you say background image. Instead, you use linear gradient or radial gradient. Okay, let's see first of all linear gradient. Linear gradient in the sense from one side to another side. So here you can give some parameters. First of all, you can give the degree in which angle it should be. You can type 0 degree, for example. Then we'll give a space, and we'll try 0 degree. First color we'll give red, then we'll give red comma, yellow comma, orange, blue, right? So 4 colors I have added. So let's try how it looks. So I think the commas we need to put. Okay, so this kind of a color is coming. Don't think that this is beautiful. The problem is this will have a lot of effect if you're going to put nicely, if you can match the colors and if you can properly put this. All right. Okay. Let me put it like this. Right. So we will get rid of blue color then. Let's get rid of blue. Let's change these 2 colors from red to orange, then yellow. Then we'll put light yellow, light green, then green. Okay, then you say dark green. So this is just for fun. I'm just adding you. I don't think darker green. We'll put a darker green. Okay. Right. So if you reload it now you can see starting from red and it's going all the way up to a cool color, right? If you change the this one to something else, the degree, let's say 45 degrees. Now you can see it comes from one angle, right? So this side it starts. So if I give 90 degrees, it will start from left side, right? And if I give 100 and how much? 120, then that will be like that. And you can try something like 180. It will be the opposite of that. Red will be on top, and you can do like that. Okay, this is what it does. So you can give simply the angle, which is the degree, then you can give the colors. So I just randomly put some colors. You can nicely pick 2 colors which will work. I'll show you something which can work. Okay, let's put a like a maroon color, not a maroon color, purple color. Okay, so I'm not going to put the real purple. Let's put something like Cadbury color. Okay, this kind of a purple we'll put. And I don't want RGB. I like this one, hexadecimal, so it's short. We'll put another color, maroon, right? So then we'll again click on that and we'll change the color. So from this color to this color we want, right? So 2 colors which can go close by, right? So now when you reload that, you will see that effect, the colors which can work together. And of course, you can make the text color white. It's like that, right? So it's too much of contrast, but background colors can work like that. So that is what I told you is about linear gradient. So our lesson is this one, right? Linear gradient. So this is the lesson. The next one we're going to practice is, which is going to be radial gradient. So for that, I will save this as a separate file and practice with you. Let's rename that. We'll demo number 14. And this is BG example 2. I don't want the copy part. Right. In this one, first of all, we will open it. Right. So we're going to write, instead of when we write background image, I don't need that. Background image, you type radial gradient. So radial gradient means from center towards the edges, colors will come in a like a circle shape, right? So I'm going to give some colors there. Light green and green. Light green. Okay. It's light green. Okay. Then you can again type green. And you can change it to a very darker green. So let's see how it works. So whether from the center it is going. You can see starting from the center and all the way it is working towards the edges. When you are using these colors, if you really want to use these colors, use them carefully for this one. What do you call for the how do you say that for the project what it is going to reflect. So because the colors have meanings, so you have to carefully use them. Since I was teaching you this one, I want to show you one more thing, small thing. You might be wondering how we can add buttons and all for this, right? So I will demonstrate it just with this example, right? Let's say we want to put a button like this, right? But we will be doing buttons separately. Okay, I'll put a button like this. Let's say test. So if you reload it, the button is here. I want to do a code for the button. So I will write button and I will write the code there. Let's say width, let's type width 120px, height also, not an ordinary button, okay, right? So let's see what happens. That's like, looks like a box, right? So we say border radius, if you give 50%, border radius 50%, then that button becomes a circle. So you can have circle buttons very nicely. We can create circle buttons. Okay, and you can say border. You can say none. Right. So it comes like that. Now what you can do is you can start adding these colors. Radial gradient, right? So let's assume you want to start from yellow, orange, red. So you can have buttons like this, right? That is possible. Let's try whether the angle will work. Degree. That is not working for this. Okay, so you can't give a degree for this. Only you can give the when you click on this, if something should happen, then you should again code that, right? I'll do a small code for you because you people are just watching this now, right? I'm just demonstrating this. I'm not just teaching you what are the possibilities. I'm just showing you with you, because after you finish my video, you can watch the video again and try. That's okay. So now if you reload it, when the mouse pointer comes over, color changes, right? So now in the edge, red is there, at the center, red is there, right? Normally, so once the mouse pointer comes, it changes. So you can have a transition here. You can say background. work. It'll have a delay. That's what happens. Seems it's not working. I will check this and show you, because if the mouse pointer comes over, it should slowly change the color. What's this? Since it's a button, it's not working. Normally it works. Okay, I will let you know this how to do it. Wait. Okay, let's take this off. I just wanted to put a small animation and show you. That's why it didn't work for me. Sorry about that. Let's see whether it's working. It is working, but animation not working. I hope you can understand that the color is slowly changing. The radial is not working. That is the issue. Let's try this. It is working, but you know that delay is not working. That's the problem. So for this, it's working. See, the small delay is there. Now I can put this delay more, like if I put around 2 seconds like this, so hold 2 seconds. Now see, when the mouse pointer comes over, slowly this will change. See, slowly it changes to red, like that. Okay, so that is what I wanted to demonstrate, but it didn't work with the radial. That's the issue. Okay, anyways, let it be like that. I just wanted to show you this part today. So background image, radial gradient we did. Okay, radial gradient. And we did the other one is linear gradient. So from one side to another side, we can put a color, or from center to the edges also we can put colors, right? Okay, so that is about the background, which was missing from last class. We had to learn, right? Okay, that's enough. Right, let's start a new project and we will do some more things. Margin, padding, we have done. So let's work next with tables. So how we can have tables a little bit formatted. Okay, let me create a project quickly for you. I will duplicate this. 15th example. Let's call this one as table demo. Tables. Let's leave the body and we'll delete the other code. And I will delete this code as well. And this code as well. Okay. Right. So working with CSS. Okay. Now we'll put tables and CSS. So we need to first of all create a table. So we'll just put border 1. We don't need to even. So border. We can say TR. Inside this, we can put TH. So for that table headers. So we'll say name. TH. Let's say science. Maths. English. Okay, so we got 4 columns. We'll put another TR. So we have TD. So we can put name, science marks, maths marks, and English marks. Let's say John Doe. John Doe. TD. Let's put some random numbers. We'll put. Again, another one. So we'll put TD. We'll put Kevin. 95. 1. Oh, sorry. TR. TD. We'll put just one more person and marks. Let's put 74, 85, 92. Okay. So when you reload this page, you should be able to see something like this. Okay, this is a blank HTML table, and you don't even see the borders of that, and the with nothing we have said. This is a ordinary table, and we should understand we haven't given anything except for the font, and we have said what is the line height, and that's all, right? We're going to work with the fonts and all. Right now we will do yeah, next after this one we will work with fonts, and let's work with Google Fonts also. I'll teach you how to do it. Right. The first thing we're going to do is we can say table. We can say border 1px. Okay, then reload and see what happens. Oh, it's not coming. Border, it's not coming. 1 pixel. Solid black. Let's try. So when you put a border, that comes to the table itself, not for the other parts. So I like the border for table, TH as well as for TD. So I want a border like this. And if I zoom in, you can see there are 2 borders, right? So they come in like this. And in HTML, that default borders were not very nice. And I would like to give for the table a command, border dash collapse, border collapse. Collapse එකට සිංහලෙන් කියන්නේ කඩන් වැටෙනවා. ඊළඟට ඔඩේරதுக்கு தான் நம்ம சொல்றோம். Who is asking this? You have never seen tables in your web design. You are a web designer. Ahmad. Answer me, Puda. Ahmad, I think. You're asking, you haven't seen tables in web design. That's why I just wanted to know. In HTML, I taught you, right, tables. So I'll tell you why we are using tables. Okay. You say you haven't participated for the HTML class. right? So in each websites, we use tables. I'll show you, right? So we say, we can say collapse, border collapse. If you say collapse, now see what happens to the borders. Now they become very neat and tight like this. Whenever you want to present tabular data in your websites, like information like a bunch of marks or price list or something like that, it's very convenient for you to use tables rather than going for any other designing elements. Tables will be very convenient for you to work for tabular data, where you have rows and columns type of data. You can make use of tables, right? Okay. And I'm going to put something more. We all know about the padding and margins. So I'm going to say padding. So 6 pixels top and bottom, and right and left 12 pixels. So that's a little bit spacey now, right? So the next one we're going to do is I'll show you something like this. TH, we can put a background color. Let's give a teal color, and let's say color, we can give a cream color. Watch this and reload this. You can have it like this. If you don't like this, you can change it. Right, so this is how it looks, right, without formatting. This is how the table looks, and with it, that means without CSS, this will look like this, and with CSS, that looks like this. So you can very beautifully create it. Okay. Further, when you work with tables, when the mouse pointer comes to the rows like this, the entire row you can highlight it a little bit. So you can say TR hover. I will teach you this one. Hover means when the mouse pointer comes over. So we're going to say background color. We'll put a light gray color. So when the mouse pointer comes, that particular row turns that particular color, right? So it gives more emphasis to the particular place where the mouse pointer is. So for that reason, you can make use of tables like this. Now the tables that you create are very interactive. Okay. So this is the purpose why we make use of CSS to format our tables. Okay, right. Basically, those are the things that I wanted to tell you in one more thing I can put, if you want, can put the cursor. You can set the cursor to pointer like this. So when the mouse pointer comes over, the mouse, if you see the mouse point of me, it is not just like a pointer. It is like, you know, it's like when you hover over HTML link, this is how your mouse pointer will look. Okay, that is the same effect that you're getting using this, right? All right. So that is how to work with the table, right? Okay, hope you understand that. The same code for TD. Which one, Puta? Shara? If you have the mic, ask her. It saves a lot of time.
சார் அந்த இப்போ நீங்க கலர் சேஞ்ச் ஆகுற மாதிரி காட்டுன கிரே கலர் அது வந்து டிடிக்கு அப்ளை டேபிள் டேட்டாக்கு அப்ளை
அது வந்துமா
பண்ணும்போது
நீங்க டிடிக்கு போட்டீங்கன்னு சொன்னா ஒரு டிடிக்கு மேல வரேன் அந்த டிடி மட்டும் மாறும் இல்லையா? இப்போ டிடிக்கு நாங்க போட்டா ஹூவர்னு சொல்றோம், மவுஸ் பாயிண்ட் மேல வந்தேன்னு சொன்னா இப்போ நாங்க டிடிக்கு கொடுத்தோம்னா நாங்க சும்மா எல்லோ கொடுப்போமே. அப்ப நாங்க சொல்றோம் அந்த டிடி டேகுக்கு மேல மவுஸ் பாயிண்டர் வந்தா இந்த கலரை மாத்துங்கன்னு சொல்றேன். ஸோ இப்போ வந்து இந்த அந்த ரோ வந்து எல்லோ இருக்குது, மவுஸ் பாயிண்டர் வர இடம் வந்து எல்லோ ஆகுது. டிடி வந்து அந்த கலர் இதுல வராது, ஏன்னா இது டிஹெச் தானே, இதெல்லாம் டிடி மாறும். ஷேரா விளங்கினா உங்களுக்கு? ஷாராவா ஷஹராவா நீங்க?
சாரா.
ஓகே சாரா, ரைட். விளங்கிட்டு தானே?
இது ஸ்பெசிஃபிக்கா இப்ப அந்த 90 மார்க்ஸ்ன்னா, அதுக்கு
ஓ,
மட்டும் அப்படியே எக்ஸாம்ன்னா
அதுக்கு மட்டும் மகள்
இது
செய்யறேன்னு சொன்னா நீங்க அப்படி செய்யலும். அப்ப நீங்க இதுக்குள்ள போயிட்டு கோட் பண்ணணும் 90 மார்க்ஸுக்கு மட்டும். அதாவது 90க்கு மேல வரதெல்லாம் ஒரு கலர்ல அப்படி வரணுமா உங்களுக்கு?
இல்ல
இப்ப
இந்த
இது
அந்த இப்ப
மட்டும் வரணும்டா இங்கே அடிக்கணுமா? நாங்க முந்தி செஞ்சோமே, இப்படி செய்யணும்.
HTML
இல்ல HTML இல்ல, அதே தான். நாங்க வேற கலர் ஒன்று கொடுப்போம், ஆரஞ்சு கலர்ல கொடுப்போமே. இப்ப என்ன செய்யறோம்டா, ஓகே, பாடத்தை பத்தி பேசுவேங்கன்னு பார்த்தா படிப்பிக்கிற ஆளை பத்தி பேசிட்டு இருக்கிறீங்க போல. ஓ, இப்போ கேள்வி கேட்கிற ஆக்களை பத்தி டிஸ்கஸ் பண்ணிட்டு இருக்கிறீங்க போல. ஐ கேன் ஹியர், அதுவும் மைக் ஆன் பண்ணி கழிச்சு கொண்டிருக்கிறீங்க. I saw who's username that also. Other children also there. Singlish medium புள்ளலும் இருக்கிறாங்க. சிங்கள மீடியம் කතා කරන ළමයින් ඉන්නවා. Public place එක හැසිරෙන්න දැනගන්න, right? So ஷாரா பார்த்துக்கொள்ளுங்க. ஸோ பார்த்துக்கொள்ளுங்க. இதில் வந்து ஸ்டைல், இதில் ஸ்டைல் இங்கே வந்து டிடி டேக்குக்குள்ளே நாங்கள் ஸ்டைலுன்னு போடுறேன், ரைட்? ஸ்டைலுன்னு போடுவோம். அதுக்கு பிறகு இங்கே வந்து என்ன செய்கிறோன்னு சொன்னால், என்ன செய்கிற உங்களுக்கு இதில் வந்து நாங்கள் ஃபர்ஸ்ட்டில் படித்த மாதிரி சிஎஸ்எஸ் டேக்கை மட்டும் போட்டு விட்டிங்கன்னா இந்த டிடி மட்டும் ஆரஞ்சு கலரில் வரும் பாருங்க. இந்த இது மட்டும் ஆரஞ்சு கலர். இது தானே கேட்டீங்க நீங்கள் எப்படி செய்கிறேன்னு? ஸோ இதுவும் செய்யலும், இதுவும் செய்யலும். ஓகே, ரைட். ஓகே, குட்.
ஓகே, ஓகே, தேங்க் யூ.
ரைட், நோ ப்ராப்ளம். சரி. Okay, the next part, Balanda. Right, next part we will do is this. Table part is enough now. We'll close this one. We will do one more today. Right, I'll teach you how to work with fonts. Okay, CSS fonts. That's going to be again interesting to learn. Right. I should need a copy of this. I'll copy paste this file and I'll rename this. Doubts irundha ketukongo. If you have doubts, ask. Doubts thirana handa. Right, so avi font ekanda andena mametik okku main karana, right? So everything I'm removing. Table also I'm removing because I don't want this. Right, so we'll say working with CSS fonts. Working with CSS fonts. பார்த்துக்கோங்க. இப்போ நாங்கள் செய்ய போகிறது வந்து demo 16. So we just have like this. So in order to practice that, what we will do is we will put how do you say it? We'll put a H1, then we'll put this is sample heading, then we'll put a paragraph, we'll put some little bit, sorry, right. So I like to copy paste this few times to save time. Okay, let's change only this one, H2, right? Okay, now when we reload this, you will see this is just an ordinary web page, nothing much going on. Now we're going to set H1. There are basically two types of fonts, students. Let me explain that to you quickly. So there are fonts types called serif versus sans serif fonts. So let me take a simple example and explain it to you. We can take any example that you like. So if you take this kind of an example, so if you take this kind of an example, so if you take this kind of an example, so if you take this kind of an example, so if you take this kind of an example, so if you take this kind of an example, so if you take this kind of an example, so if you take this kind of an example, so if you take this kind of an example, so if you take this kind of an example, so if you take this kind of an example, so if you take this kind of an example, so if you take this kind of an example, so if you take this kind of an example, so if you take this kind of an example, so if you take this kind of an example, so if you take this kind of an example, so if you take this kind of an example, so if you take this kind of an example, so if you take this kind of an example, so if you take this kind of an example, so if you take this kind of an example, so if you take this kind of an example, so if you take this kind of an example, so if you take this kind of an example, so if you take this kind of an example, so if you take this kind of an example, so if you take this kind of an example, so if you take this kind of an example, so if you take this kind of an example, so if you take this kind of an example, so if you take this kind of an example, right? So let me increase it for you so it can easily see. Now, if you take a look at here, this letter F, this is also letter F. You see extra decoration pieces attached to a letter. Okay, extra decorations attached to a letter. So this kind of letters are known as serif type of fonts. Okay, serif type of fonts. If you take a look at the letter T here, you can see extra pieces of decoration text have been added. Old type of text, like old typewriter type of text, they use this kind of text. Nowadays, we don't use. And you know, this is what we have is sans serif font. So when you take a sans serif font, you don't have those decorative pieces. Please understand, on most of the devices like mobile phones, tabs, laptops, computer screens, these type of fonts are widely used for web design and web designing projects. What happens is it becomes very simple and very easy to read, and it is very easy on your eyes. It's very easy on your eyes. So that's the difference between serif type of fonts and sans serif type of fonts. For your web projects, please use sans serif fonts. Okay. So that is what I wanted to tell you. That part is the theory part. If you are wondering what it is. Okay. All right. I can copy paste this one for you. If you like, you can download it, that image, this one. But what you see in the screen, I just added to you. Okay, now we are going back. I'm going to change these fonts and show you. Right. In my computer, which you see this one, in my computer, I have a set of fonts installed. If I open Notepad, and if I go to format, and if I try to set the fonts, you can see there are different types of fonts installed in my PC. I do Photoshop and all, so I have installed some custom fonts and all. Lot of fonts available in my PC, right? So these kind of fonts are available. You can use these kind of fonts, it will work, but the problem is if you use the name of one of these fonts, this will work in my computer, but it will not work in every computer when you host the website. That means once you put it in the World Wide Web, it's not going to work for everybody. So we're going to make use of something interesting for that. So I'll just skip this. Now what we will do is we will do something like this. H1 will put font dash family. So font family is what it is. What it will mention the types of fonts that you can apply. Now you can see these are common font families. Most of these fonts are lookalike fonts. For example, if I choose Courier New, Courier Monospace, all these fonts having typewriter effect fonts. So these are a family of fonts. So you put all of them together, right? Okay, so if I reload that, so it changes like the headings, H1s are changing to some that kind of fonts. Okay, it's not going to work for us. You can put the other one, Franklin this Gothic and all, right? So let's try that. So that's a different type of a font, right? Simply, I like to give, right? You can try when you're doing it. I like to give something like sans serif, or let's say serif font if I give, right? So there's no difference, just like the old font. If we give sans serif, then fonts changes like this. But this font is same as previous. I can see it has changed like this. Next, what we will do is, that is for serif font and sans serif font. I'll put this one to another one, so you can do it. H2 I'll put for H2 I'll put font family. Oh, I'm sorry. Serif font. Okay, H1 is sans serif, H2 is okay. And if you want H1 and paragraph both to have sans serif font, you can put a comma in the selector, and you can give the next tag also. So H1 tags as well as paragraph tag, everything will turn to that particular font. Okay, so when I reload this, there we go. You can see that's how it looks. Okay, that is how it looks. Okay, students. So this is about how to set the fonts. It's pretty simple, and we have more than 10 minutes left. So let me teach you one more thing in this lesson, which is going to be how to work with Google Fonts. Okay, that is also very interesting to work with. So let's try how to use Google Fonts. For the Google font, I'll create a new file and I'll do it. Right, so let's close these files. Let's select the 16th one. Let's duplicate it. And I'll put 17th one. Let's say Google Fonts. So the same file is here. We will get rid of this. We haven't used any fonts. So it looks like this. And what you can do is you can go to, there's a URL is this, fonts.google.com, or you can type after going to Google. After going to Google, you can just type Google Fonts. It will take you to that, right? So either way, it's fine. So I already opened it. I have put a dark theme in my computer because the white color is very high, very straining on my eyes. So I have put a dark theme. So if you don't like it, very sorry. Well, what we're going to do is, these are some available fonts. There are so many fonts available in Google Fonts. You can download and use them for graphics designing tasks like Photoshop and Illustrator, whatever you want. You can download and use them. Or if you're going to use them for web, there is another way that we're going to use. This is very simple. Let us look for a different type of a font that we're going to use. This is a Chinese font and all. We won't be able to read this. Let's use a font something like let's say kites. Whether we get something like, let's say dragon. Let's say Chinese looking. So these are all Chinese type of fonts, right? So let's say Sinhala is there. Sinhala also there. Tamil fonts also there. I don't know. We will go for we can select the fonts here, right? Categories are there, languages are there, right? So it's different number of styles we have, right? So let's use the category. I don't want serif fonts. Let's say I don't want monospaced fonts, and I don't want handwriting fonts also. I want some other fonts. Let's scroll down and see whether I can find this looks good. Or else we'll go for a handwritten font, easy. Right, only handwritten ones. Right, you can see this kind of a font is there, or this kind of a font is there. Whatever you want, you can use it. I'm going to use this one, right? So let's click on this. When you click, it opens, and you can type something to see a preview here. We are working with Google Fonts. Okay, so that looks good for me. Well, I'm going to type it like that. You can download and use, right? There should be a way where we have the embedded version of this, right? So when you say select, right? So when you select, a code opens here, right? How to use this one? A code opens like this. You can directly give a link, or you can use the input command. I'm going to use the link command. So first of all, what will happen is your web page will get connected to this particular CSS file in the Google server. And after that, you can use this particular line of code in your project. So your font will be applied. Okay. So first what we do is we copy these two lines. Okay. Very simple. You copy these two lines. Make sure it is in link part. Copy these two lines. Go to your project. In the project section, before you finish the head tag, and right after the title, you can paste that. Okay, you can paste this, right? So I will put a comment, Google Fonts here. You need internet to work this, right? So if your font need to be visible and if it has to be working, you have to have an active internet connection. All right. Okay. After that, what we will do is only that part we have done. After that, what we do is we make use of this one, how to apply that font. We make a copy of this. That's how you put that. Then you come here. I'm sorry, where is it? Come to your Google. Sorry, not Google. Come to your VS Code. Then you type to which you are adding it. Let's add that font to heading once. So H1, and you can paste this code. So font family. It says Sedgwick, I think. Sedgwick F display cursive type of font. Nothing very fancy, just that's all, right? So we can save this one and then we can reload this. It will work. It takes a few seconds to load, right? I have a very fast internet connection, so it loads very fast. If you have a slow connection, it will take few seconds. That's it. Excuse me. If I disconnect internet from here, see, I can disconnect the internet. And if I reload this, it will not work. If I disconnect internet, what will happen is I will not be able to continue the online session. So I'm not going to disconnect internet now, right? So I need internet to this PC so that I can do the online class for you. The next one we're going to do is let's for the paragraphs, let's add a different font and we'll see how it's done. Okay. So if you look at the code, we have gone to Google fonts.googleapis.com. This is the font that we have taken, right? So you can see fonts.gstatic.com. Then that is also there. Then there's the third one, fonts.googleapis.com, CSS2 family. Then it has given all these things. Now the next one we're going to use is we're going to use a different font. I'll show you how to do that. Let's try that. Okay, let's go here. This time we will use a different font. Let's try something like a handwritten code or handwriting code. This looks good. Right, let's go for this one. And you can see that code also have come here, right? So that code also have come here. Right, so let's remove that. Let's click on that code should come. Wait, back. This one, right? Which one? Whatever the font is okay for me. See, we have to say select regular. Code should come. And okay, we got it. We got it. There was something wrong with the selection. I just reload the page. We got the font. We have the code here. So please remember, we don't need all the codes here because we have already pasted it here. See, we have already pasted the code. So if you want to add multiple codes, you don't have to step by step. Don't need to do it. You can do it at once. I'm doing it 2 times. That's what it is. So here, I will copy the third code. This code I'm going to copy. I copy and paste it here. I'll paste it here. Right, that is the other font, cookie font. And we go here again. And this code also needed. That is where you're going to use the code. So that I'm going to use for paragraphs. So let's use paragraphs. So paragraphs, we say font family. We can use this particular style. Okay. Now let's reload this. Yeah. Now see, when I reload, all the paragraph fonts changes to that particular style. headings are in this particular style. So if you are looking for something like a gaming website, or if you are doing something like a Ayurvedic medicine or ancient type of things, right? So that is what will be happening, right? So this is how you will be working with the Google Fonts. I hope you got a good understanding of this. I will be showing some other things as well, but someone is asking for the HTML and the CSS files. I will share it now with you all, okay? Let's see whether we can learn one more thing, anything, right? I will show you how to work with the font size also, right? So font other properties we can learn, right? So let's type font dash size. So font size, you can give large, larger, medium, small, that words also you can use. I'm going to use a pixel value. So I'm going to type 45px, and let's reload this and see what happens to these headings. So that became a little bit bigger. Now say this is 100% view, right? So I will give 450, see what happens. So that is very big now. So very big. I don't need that big, right? So I will keep it to 40, 50 will be fine, okay? So that kind of a size I'm keeping for the headings. Paragraph fonts, let's say I want to increase that also. Let's say font size. Font size will give 25px. So that is becoming again big. Or let's pick 35. So they become really big like this, all right? So that's how it goes, guys. Well, what do you call the font size? Then you can type font color, or you know, right? So then you have font transform is there. Then you have font weight. Font weight you can give 100, 300, 600, 900. So when you give 900 or 600, it is usually thick font. So if it is supported bold font, it will work, because we downloaded the Google font and trying, this is not working. You can try, or you can try bold. By default it is bold. Let me try normal. So this is, you can see this is slim font compared to the other font. Okay, likewise that is also possible for you to try. So font weight I'll keep bold. That's the basic one. You can see it became thick again. Font weight is there. Well, you have font. We have, let me put something like, there are a few more things I can do. Font weight family variant features plate font. The other things we can control from text, so we don't need to bother. So please make sure you know how to change the color. So that is nothing to do with the font. So it works, right? So that all you already know, okay? So no worries on that. Right. So that is about this one. I'm hoping to teach you next week about the text formatting, right? So text formatting. So next week we learn about text dash, how to align, how to increase, decrease lines. Just the time is 7:30. People are starting to leave. Yeah. Sorry, don't know why. Anyways, no problem. We will do this one next week. Okay. Text align you can do, text transform you can do, right? Text line height you can do, word spacing, letter spacing, all those things we will do. That is, I'm going to cover it in the next class, right? Okay, so I'm going to do next I will give you the files for you. Where are the files? Okay. www.web CSS. So if I take the whole thing, that is just 300 KB, including the images, I'm going to zip this. And WC underscore css.zip. This file is there. So I'm going to put it to everybody. So download and take it, please. Hoping that you are getting in the file. Yeah. Yes, good, right? Okay. So I think that will be enough, right? So today what we did was few things we did. Gradient backgrounds we learned, linear gradient, and we learned radial gradient. Those two things we mainly learned. Apart from that, you learned how to work with tables. This was the lesson. Our student asked, why are we learning tables? So whenever there is a tabular information you want to present, you can make use of tables. Then you can make use of fonts, how to use. There are two types of fonts I told you, sans serif fonts and serif fonts. We learned the differences between them and how to use fonts. And for your projects, don't use more than 2 fonts, okay? Because if you use too much of fonts, you will lose the professionalism of your work. Then you have this one. Finally, I taught you how to work with Google Fonts as well. Google Fonts is very convenient because you get thousands of fonts here. If you go to Google Fonts, you can find thousands of fonts, and whatever the font which works good for you, and you can choose them. Okay, whatever fonts that looks or works good for you, you can choose that and you can use it in your projects, right? So that's what we basically did for today's class, and I gave you the files. Please practice. Someone is saying I can't open this file. It's a zip file, I guess. Zip files, you can unzip it. Simply right click and say extract, then it'll come. It's the same person who made that joke is asking. Yeah. Okay, right. Okay. Right. See you in the next class, and God bless you all. I'm going to start the photography class, right? Maybe in 1 minute I'll be starting. Okay. Take care. God bless you all. Bye.